As a fighter, maybe the most painful thing you can experience is being kicked. As MMA fans, we've seen kicks used in several ways, whether it's to the head, to the body, to the leg. So much power is generated by kicks, so we can also see the damage it causes. So today we're going to go through the top 5 most powerful kickers in the UFC right now. Keep in mind this is a current list, so no retired fighters can qualify to be on the list. To briefly go through some honourable mentions, Jon Jones does have a decent case to be on the list. Jones has such a variation of kicks. Out of all the weapons that Jon Jones has, the kicks seem to do the most damage. His kicks to the body tend to be the most devastating. He specialises more in front kicks and spinning back kicks as opposed to the traditional roundhouse. And you can see in his opponent's faces how much it hurts to be kicked by him.
It hurts so bad trying to get close to him. I tell you that, hey, dude, it hurts so bad. Joe, I'm telling you, it hurts so bad. The kicks to the body and the knees, this dude would be stepping back, kneeing me. And then I'll be like, okay, so I need to stop going forward. So now I'm at range and he blasts body kick and then body kick. So now you're like, shit, I'm not going to stay on the end of these body kicks because they hurt.
The main reason he's not on the list is because he doesn't use his kicks enough. He's only got 2 kick finishes in the UFC. And the damage that his kicks cause seem to come from the timing, as opposed to the sheer force that goes into the kicks. But either way, he does have very strong and very painful looking kicks. Our second honourable mention is going to go to Alex Pereira. Again, similar situation to Jones. The pure timing that Pereira has on his kicks is why his kicks produce the results that they do. He doesn't put too much force into anything, but because he's such a good striker, he knows exactly where and when to throw. Our final honourable mention is going to go to Jose Aldo. If this was an all-time list, he could easily go to number 1. Maybe the most iconic display of calf kicking came when Jose Aldo fought Uriah Faber. The calf kick alone is why the fight was as one-sided as it was. Faber had no answer as Aldo continued to slam his leg into Faber's calf. And the amount of force that Aldo used to throw these kicks at was something special at the time. The only reason he's not on the list is that he's taken a more boxing-centred approach to his fights now. He doesn't use the calf kick as much as he used to, and natural being older, he doesn't have the same explosiveness that he used to do, but either way, he deserves a mention. And with all that being said, let's start off with the list, with our number 5 spot, Justin Gaethje. When someone brings up Justin Gaethje, the first thing that comes up for me is a leg kick. It's one of the most iconic parts of his game, and the way he uses it is unique. Unlike some other fighters on this list, his technique and timing is not great. Especially the technique, I don't think any of his kicks are thrown correctly. But because of how damaging they are and how reckless he is, it causes an effect anyway. Ridiculous moves like leg kicks in the clinch, and the fact that he seems to throw so much force into those kicks is why fighters say his kicks hurt so much. He throws at such unorthodox range, which is what throws fighters off. Typically, a fighter would be at mid to long range before throwing a kick, but Gaethje doesn't care about that. He slams his shins into his opponent's shins as much as he can. The way Justin Gaethje throws his kicks definitely hurts him as well, but he seems to have a mentality where if it hurts him, it hurts his opponent as well. And since Gaethje seems immune to pain, he's more than happy to throw leg kicks as much as he possibly can. He used his kicks the most before his recent style change around 2018-2019, when he was at his most reckless, and his opponents can vouch for how much his kicks hurt. For example, here's a picture of Dustin Poirier's leg after their fight. Which takes us to number 4, Yam Bovich.
Yeah, that was a nice combination. Look at the footprint already on the ribs of Reyes.
Pretty intense. Also some redness on that lead leg of Dominic Reyes, but
those kicks go more. That's what.
Out of all the fighters on this list, he's probably got the most sheer force that goes into his kicks. Being in the heavier weight classes, there's a lot of force that can be generated, meaning that massive damage can be caused by any one of his kicks. Perfect example being versus Dominic Reyes, where 2 well-timed kicks to the left side caused massive swelling on the ribs of Reyes. Bovich does have a Muay Thai background, which may explain the amount of force that he puts into his strikes. He fought another contender for most powerful kicker in MMA when he fought Alexander Rakic, and we saw his Muay Thai work effectively, to the point where Rakic's left knee stopped working completely.
And that's gonna do it. Jon Bovich is gonna walk out a winner.
The most notable instance of his kicks may be versus Magomed Ankalaev, which was the last time Bovich fought for a title all the way back in 2022. and he made sure to target the
Have
calf.
to be a little bit more patient. Don't
Again, bang.
to draw out your attack to try to counter. But look,
Numbers couldn't be.
pick him up a little bit.
He's in
That one really bothered Goliath. These UFC divisions. Orthodox stance here.
And you would think
the left. And again. Bovich looks very confident there. From Bovich.
Goliath.
Yep. Round 3, you know, a close round already.
Again,
And it's both legs now.
It's both sides.
He fought yet again another contender for most powerful kicker versus Alex Pereira. Being his most recent opponent, it was a very competitive fight, but this time Pereira simply had the boxing advantage and was too sharp on the feet. So Blachowicz' Muay Thai game did not work as usual. And that takes us to number 3, Rafael Fiziev.
That's a heavy body kick.
that is echoingly bad.
Gunshot. Nice body kick on the other side now. Beautiful body kick.
It's like a belt cracking.
Yeah.
Away from the basic things.
There he is. Gaethje in the blue physique.
Combo from Fiziev. Their urgency. He's got to let his hands go here. He needs a kicking, Mike. You know how that tiring that can
no,
be.
for sure. But
And now he's driving Gaethje back in a nice.
And
Rafael Fiziev has some of the most aesthetically pleasing kicks to watch. His technique is very clean and he's got a lot of variation on the feet, mainly switch kicks, right low kicks and the occasional head kick. Similar to Blachowicz, has got a Muay Thai background, but Blachowicz isn't quite as reckless and as explosive as Fiziev is, since the effects of Fiziev's kicks seems to come from how much power he puts into them. Not just his kicks, but every strike Fiziev throws, he seems to throw with as much power as he possibly can. However, that could be a flaw in Fiziev's game because that leads to him slowing down in the second half of fights, which has happened before. The most impressive kick we've seen Fiziev land came when he fought Brad Riddell at the end of 2021.
I mean, there's that counter.
so fast, it's hard to... Oh, he hurt him bad.
He's hurt.
Rafael Fiziev finishes Brad Riddell.
The brain short-circuited for sure.
I mean-
take a look.
Yeah,
He's out of it there.
He's out of it.
As it turns out, 2 fighters on this top 5 have fought each other. Justin Gaethje fought Rafael Fiziev in March 2023, and everyone expected fireworks.
Gaethje wants to do... Oh! He's that good.
On a fast track because he's connection for Fiziev.
You cannot deny it is the chin of Justin Gaethje. But shots from Fiziev, the top of those shots.
Really.
I mean, there his last 2 losses.
Body lands for Fiziev.
Oh!
Yeah, within striking range. Look at that!
Well, that read is good because he recognized the threat.
Heavy shot. You know, there's always good advice. But as I said, prior to this really stands out. And that's a hard shot.
He does seem
For Fiziev a moment ago. Hit.
It's been a very tight circle, and people have been critical.
fighting each other.
Some fighters
Nice
said
leg
the
kick.
top 5 just
How
fight.
you get back there, right? You take chances.
Nice.
Does Fiziev take him? He just continues. Oh!
Southpaw here down the stretch around 2.
Dominic Cruz is screaming wrestle, and that might be a good time.
Fiziev. He's
He was
getting
hurt.
back. And for the first time, it seems like Fiziev is slowing down a little bit.
Huge right hand.
Still a very close fight.
And uppercut. Bit more variation we see from.
Good body shot by Fiziev.
Hear that echoed around the arena. And then both of Gaethje
Gaethje is landing these uppercuts now.
busted him up, firing him up. Toe to toe with one of the best strikers in the UFC. And
By majority decision, Justin the Hard Gaethje.
Which takes us to number 2, Edson Barboza.
Poses the question, what do you want to do? You want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out? Oh my God! Wow! It is all over! I couldn't have timed that word knockout any better. There's that spinning wheel kick, heel to the jaw. Adam goes completely unconscious. Let's see it again. Boom, just perfect wheel kick.
Edson Barboza has been a mainstay in the conversation for hardest kicker because he's never stopped showing people why he's so good at what he does. Again, Edson Barboza comes from a Muay Thai background, and a lot like Fiziev you can see the influence because of how good his technique is and how much force he puts into his kicks. Edson Barboza holds 2 UFC records. He got the first wheel kick knockout in UFC history versus Terry Eaton, which we saw earlier, and also the first fighter to get 2 knockouts via leg kicks in the UFC. You can see every time it lands it seems to throw his opponents off their feet. Not only is that a sign that it's been thrown with perfect timing, more importantly it shows how much power Barboza has in those legs. At the time when Barboza was performing these leg kick performances, the amount of skill he showed with these kicks was seen as a commodity. He seemed to have such superior timing and technique compared to almost all the other fighters at that time. It was also a time where fighters did not seem to know how to check kicks, so unless his opponent was a wrestler he'd have a field day on his opponent's legs. Barboza is one of the UFC's most consistent veterans. He's been in the organisation for about 15 years, taken on the likes of Justin Gaethje, Habib, Tony Ferguson, Donald Cerrone. In my opinion, his most destructive performance was versus Dan Hooker. This was back when Hooker was a young surging contender at lightweight back in 2018, and it's a perfect display of how violent Barboza can be when he's allowed to be. He started off as usual, targeting the legs of Hooker to slow him down. Once Hooker had less mobility, he started to rip shots to the body, and he'd now started to hurt Hooker. Hooker was normally known for his durability, but no one could take the amount of shots that Barboza was throwing.
Ref, my face is broken.
Oh, the body kick got him. It's over, bro. Ref, stop the fight.
Unbelievable. I mean, he does not discriminate. That looked like a groin shot.
Might have been low.
Oh my goodness. We can stop this fight.
Yeah.
Guys, we can stop this fight right now. If you're Dan Hooker,
big knee.
why? Because he's that tough.
Perhaps too tough for his own good. Eye is nearly shut. Right back to the body.
Wow.
Hooker goes down. Be careful.
Barboza recently landed another wheel kick versus Sadiq Yusuff. He didn't get the knockout there, but that proved that he still got it at the age of 38, 14 years into the company. And that takes us to our number 1 spot, which is going to go to Jonathan Martinez.
As if he's attacking the forearms, right? Because you've got to block that. Look, that hurts.
Time we see him try to took to start.
Got him with the left. He is. I mean, that kick.
Oh man, heavy leg kick that time.
Dude, he's
That came to the inside.
As you can see, Martinez doesn't actually throw any low kicks until later on, but as soon as he throws one, there's an effect.
He's using really well.
Oh man, he rolls to his back and that's gonna do it.
He'd then go for another knockout again versus Adrian Yanez.
He has his last fight. He was 5-0.
There's Martinez still going back.
But even when that happened, it hurts.
Oh man, a lot of damage.
That's it. When you're out of leg like that, it's a wrap.
He's severely compromised.
He can't sit on the outside like this. He's got to move forward and just get in the pocket. He's down all.
Similar situation to the Swanson fight earlier. It only took about 3 low kicks before there was visible damage.
So many times and now all the attention is on his leg.
Wait, got him down.
Well, absolutely, because he will stop the fight. And the referee will also stop the fight.
If Martinez winning his fight with all kicks, they come from this team at Factory X. I mean, let's put the leg down. Blast right there.
Ooh.
Should make him get up every time.
Couple more of those.
They're
it's about
definitely
it.
compromised. Obviously, feels like he just stepped on it poorly and he.
Ooh. It's just a masterclass by Martinez here. I mean, it's a different level of striking that we're seeing. To do it to people doesn't happen often.
Oh, and he eats another one, and
that's it.
Might do it.
That's it.
Because Edson Barboza and Jonathan Martinez are the only fighters to have 2 leg kick knockouts on their record, I think it's fair to put them as 1 and 2 for best kickers in the UFC. And that does it for the video. Like and subscribe, leave a comment with your top 5 kickers. Goodbye.